We are the Wonder Twins.
We are the Wonder Twins.
We are the Wonder Twins.
We are the Wonder Twins. Power activate.
Wonder Twins activate.
Activate.
Power.
Twin power activate.
Activate.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to our neighborhood.
Welcome to our neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
They say that we should love our neighbor. Indeed, this is certainly so. But who are these that we should care for? Where do we find them? Where do we go? Is a neighbor one who lives near you, someone you play with each day? Your neighbor lives beside you, it's true, but neighbors described in so many ways. Neighbors are folks we see and meet. They're people we don't even know. They're all whom we are called to seek and to treat with God's love so God's family grows. How can we love our neighbors? What are the things we can do? It could be a smile that we share or listening closely with hearts so true. In our lives, let's find more ways to care for the people we meet. For it makes God's heart soar like a dove when we serve others with hearts, hand, and feet.
Hey guys, I wanted to share a good book with you today. It's called Happy Right Now by Julie Berry. This book is just so wonderful. It's a wonderful one to know, especially when we're thinking about all what's happening right now and how we have to find the happy in the midst of the challenging times. So I got my dilly boppers going. I've got my earrings with smiles on them today. I've got a smile on my shirt. And I've got a smile on my face, a smile in my heart. So let's get happy right now. When you open this book, there are all kinds of drawings, and the little girl says that these are things that make her happy. So maybe you can be proactive and write down some ideas of the things that make you happy. So when you're not, the next time you're not, you can go back and say, oh, this makes me happy. Birthdays, movies, narwhals, snow globes, fireflies, frogs, drawing, dinosaurs, campfires, owls, music, ladybugs, flowers. That's what makes me happy. Happy right now. And there's our title page. And here we go. I'll be happy when I get a puppy, a unicorn, an ice cream sundae, a castle with a friendly dragon, or I can be happy right now. I'll be happy when the clock clicks the last second of the school day on the last Friday before vacation. Or I could be happy right now. I'll be happy when everyone adores me for being brilliant, brave, beautiful, popular, and amazing. Or I could be happy right now, just as I am. I'll be happy when the worry monkey gets off my back, my chores are done, and nobody's grumpy. Or I could just give that worry monkey a banana and party with him on the jungle gym. We'd both be happy right now. Why not? What a great phrase. Give the worry monkey a banana. I'll be happy when the rainstorm slows, the icicles melt, the clouds leave town, and the sun says, come play. Or I could be happy any day in mittens and boots or in soaking wet puddles. Wetter is better, after all. I'll be happy when the sneezing stops and no more sniffles and drips, no coughs, no ick, and I feel better. Or I can be cozy right now and snuggle down for a sleepy snooze. And if it's up to me to choose, why lose time being gray, being blue? All I need to do is be happy right now, whatever the day, whatever the weather. But what about when happy right now is no can do, when the troubles and the sadness are much too much, and my feelings and feeling my feelings is all I can do? Like a long goodbye or a puffy-eyed cry or slow sorrows with no good answer why. Well, that's okay too. Okay, this is where you have to say it. All feelings are okay. You got that. I can breathe right now. In is one, out is two. Breathe in again and feel my belly. Let it flow out slowly and feel my body relax. Let my bones turn to jelly. Remember a now that was happy. Breathe. Borrow an old smile from a brighter day. Breathe. Know that happy will find me again soon. Give a hug, get one, help somebody, learn something new. Draw a picture, bake a cake, talk it out, let it go. Take a nap or two. I'll be happy when I'm hopeful, cheerful, helpful, thankful. Reaching for happy until I can grab it. No dragons required. But I still would like a rabbit. Oh, what a great book to know. And there's the cover without the end papers. She's got a unicorn umbrella and some really sunshiny rain boots to wear on the drippy days. And so don't forget that you too can take that deep breath. And somewhere around here was the Hoberman sphere. Here it is. Breath in and breath out. And big breath in and big breath out. And take one more. Big breath in and big breath out. And feel happy right now. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for listening.
First of all, Professor Moss, thank you for agreeing to this interview that we're going to show to our kids. Hi, kids.
Hi, kids.
At Quintanilla, Columbia. So I think you were given a brief rundown that we were doing like ethics, and this episode's going to focus on joy. So, what is joy to you?
Depends on how you frame it.
Okay.
So some theologians and some traditions frame joy as a virtue, and some don't.
Oh.
And so it really depends on the framing. So if you frame joy as a virtue, then one, joy, in some measure equates to something that's excellent. So something that's excellent, something that we should aspire to. So that's what joy is. Now, if you equate it to a virtue, joy relates to kind of something connected to the human character. So it's an excellence of character. It's a standard. And so if you connect joy to morality, then joy in some measure is a reflection of human response that gives us a sense of joy inside based upon something that we do in relation to another person.
Okay.
Right? So if I am generous, I'm kind, then it does what? It helps to foster a sense of joy within. But if you don't look at it as a virtue, and some there's kind of a correlation between the two. But if you don't look at it as a virtue, then you look at it as what? What is joy? Joy, in some measure, would be what? It comes from a source. It's internal. And so joy comes from within. It's already there. So the ways that we foster joy, particularly if you look at it related to human practices, the ways that we foster or incubate that which is in, so we can feel it, we can know it, and we can share it as what? Through kindness and acts of love toward one another, right? So in some measure, joy is related to what? It's connected to gratitude. So you bookend it. Joy is connected to what? Gratitude and also hope. And so if one has a sense of gratitude, it helps one to be joyful. If one has hope, it helps one to be joyful. So we keep them in kind of in relation to each other, kind of a trinity of all those three, right? You call them virtues, hope, love, joy. As we are what? We are more hopeful, particularly for young persons. The more hopeful we are, the more joy that we have. Because we are able to do what? The more hopeful we are, it helps us to do what helps us to see things. It helps us to see things in our life through a different lens. So in some measure, joy is a lens. It's a lens that we see life through, right? It's not just based on feeling. Joy is a disposition of the mind. It's really a state of mind, but it's also an orientation of our heart. So in some measure, which direction does our heart lean, no matter the situation that we deal with?
Yes.
Situations change, but joy leans a direction, even in some measure, when everything in life leans the other way. Joy is a state of mind, so I would say joy is an anchor. So in some measure in life, when we are drowning, and it feels like we're going under, sometimes joy is the only thing that holds us up from feeling like we're not gonna make it. And joy, sometimes we can't explain it. We can't explain, joy is not like, you can't quantify joy. Like 1 + 1 = 2, if I do this, I have joy. You can't quantify it, but you can't qualify it. You can go back and describe it, right? So if we were talking with young persons or people in general and said, describe joy, right? They can say, well, I felt like this, and I thought like this, and I acted like this, and then I acted, and I thought, and I considered, and I saw differently, and you qualify. So if you were to say, young person, how do you have joy? Right? Talk about joy. It's almost like a love letter. It's like a journal. It's a journal to the self. And there's a love letter in the direction of the source. So joy, some measure would be a response to something, or a response to a person. So we respond to God with what? Joy. We respond toward God what? Because of God's gracefulness. So joy is a response toward who God is, but joy is also a response to what God does, God's acts. So if we are able to do what? To identify and see God's acts. That's the hardest thing about joy. The hardest thing about joy is to see where might God be in the midst of all of us. Where are signs of God's presence, right? We can intellectually and theologically say, yeah, God may be present, I don't see it. But where are these signs that God's present? And that requires a different type of attention, right? I would call it the discipline of joy. The discipline of joy is to look every day and say, okay, God, this is a great day, this is a crappy day, but where do I see grace today? Tomorrow's not promised, I might not make it to tomorrow. If I don't, I can't wonder about that anyway, all I have is today. But for today, where can I see maybe a sign of kindness from someone? Maybe a sign of remembrance that I can remember today, something that helped me and encouraged me yesterday. And those are the joys, right? And so I would suggest for any young person, get you a joy bottle. So you can wake up each day, and no matter what type of day, when you come home and you go to school or whatever, you can just pick up something and read about, oh, this was my joy from last week. It's because it's a reminder that all my days haven't been filled with darkness. That there has been at least one day this week, or one moment, 1 second, that there has been a moment of joy and kindness that someone expressed toward me, or maybe I just remembered one of those signs. Maybe I thought about scripture, a song, a poem, a verse, a movie, something that says, you know what, I'm not alone. And that's the real part of joy that's amazing, because joy is, in some measure, is a response to being loved. And so the more persons, or even if it's one person. If we have one person that recognizes, sees us, knows us, and shows us that we matter, that brings joy. And so that's part of why community in churches be involved in local community, people have a relationship with each other. That's why it's so important. Because when one feels recognized, noticed, seen, acknowledged for their giftings, right? And seen as human, it elicits a sense of joy because now one is moved from the darkness and one is now in the light. And that's what joy does. It moves us from the darkness and it moves us all the way into the light. And it's one is the light of seeing ourselves. So we're like, wow, I see me. I value me. I love me. And it's the joy of seeing our neighbors. Like, I've never seen this person. We lived across the street. I never noticed this person. And now I get the joy of being in the presence of somebody that's made in the image of God. That is a joy. It is a wonderful honor. And then I get the wonderful joy of knowing and recognizing, wow, the creator of the universe, God, Jesus, the Christian orientation, Jesus loves me, sees me, intercedes for me, redeems me, cares for me. I am God's beloved. And what an incredible feeling that of all the people in the world, I can know that we are God's beloved. It's joyous.
Thank you.
I don't know if I have anything else to add.
Thank you, Professor Moss.
awesome.
That's wonderful.
And
Thank you.
before we do cut off, I do think I might actually take your advice for the joy bottle myself.
Yay, yay. And maybe we'll make joy bottles today. Woo.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was awesome.
First of all, thank you so much for all your prayers. Honestly, God heard and He answered. So the trip really was a success. So we were a team of 4 in the end instead of 3. So that was a blessing. And we're training police medics. Yeah, so we had 20 police medics attending the course. And they're not used to, I guess, our teaching style. So we had a lot of like workstations, scenarios, like I could be giving a lecture and my colleague would drop down on the floor and be like, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding from my left leg. I'm waiting to see who would grab the tourniquet and run to him and, tie the tourniquet. And so we were throwing all these things in there and doing a lot of energizers. In the last 2 days, we did like big drills. So for example, we converted one room into a clinic. And there were 3 patients in there. We got actors from the police. And they had to take care of the patients, and then one by one, patients were just trooping in, like till they were overwhelmed. And we're trying to teach them mass casualty scenarios and, bomb explosions. What would they do? So it was really, really, really cool. And we got a lot of support from the host government, the Rwandese police leadership. So they're deploying in a few weeks. They leave next month for South Sudan and Central African Republic. So I'm really hoping they took some good lessons away from the course. And we taught a lot of mental health. We had about 3 full days on just mental health and basic first aid, psychological first aid and psychosocial support, which again, they're not so familiar with. I think a lot of military and police don't pay much attention to mental health. So we're really trying to introduce that. So it was really good, intensive, from 7:30 in the morning till we'd get back 5:30 in the evening, and then have to have a debrief for an hour or so. It was intensive, but it was really good. Yeah. So thank you for all your prayers. Yeah.
So some of your people will actually be going to Sudan.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah. It's really hot right now. Exactly. And of the 20, only 4 have been to UN missions before, so it's going to be very new for most of them. Yeah. So for us, it kind of puts the pressure on to really make sure we give them, what they really, really will use in the field. Yeah.
So when your coworker would say, "Oh, my leg is hurting," would they think it was real, or did they?
Well, they knew he was acting, but after a while, they realized just grab your tourniquet and be the first to get to him. But for the drills, we use fake blood. We used, there's a part of muscle with a bullet hole in it, so we put it in someone's under their trousers, so it feels like it's his muscle with a bullet hole. So we would try to make it realistic, So I think they had fun, which was part of it. Yeah, they had fun. They're like, we've never had this kind of training before. You know, usually just sit with your books and have someone lecture, you know, you for an hour or the whole day. So they had fun with it, which was good. Yeah. So it was cool. Yeah.
Can we have a prayer for Lillian and her work?
Thank you.
Gracious God, we give you thanks that our sister Lillian has returned to us safely and has been able to share a ministry that is so important with those who will lead it. We ask your blessings on those who remain to continue that work. We ask your blessings on those who will take what they've learned and go into the field to apply them. We give you thanks for people like Lillian who dedicate their lives in service to others. May we support them in every way. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, Annie, where are you located? We're outside. Okay, I have...
It's been so nice to be here today. You made the day special in every way. And this much is most certainly true. You made the day special by just being you. Look around and you will find no one like you of any kind. The unique ways that form who you are make the world brighter by far. It's been so nice to be here today. You made the day special in every way. And this much is most certainly true. You made the day special by just being you. Look around and you will find no one like you of any kind. The unique ways that form who you are make the world brighter by far. It's been so nice to be here today. You made the day special in every way. And this much is most certainly true. You made the day special by just being you. Look around and you will find no one like you of any kind. The unique ways that form who you are make the world brighter by far.